everybody! Hello! Welcome to another video. Hope we're all good. This is part 12 again. Yeah, because the last part 12 we were playing, and then there were like the servers went down and the websites went down all across both games, and I made a good call to end the episode there as well, because as far as I could see, it lasted at least an hour longer than that, maybe more. Even once the servers came back up, whenever I tried logging in, I couldn't get back in game until I reset my PC. So I guess the error I was getting saying it's something on your end actually did end up true. In any case, yeah, so the game went down and we couldn't play. It's been up and rock solid ever since. I don't know whether that was a DDoS thing or what, actually. Was there any news about that? So a few things have been going on. Number one, the extra life streams are going on with Arenanet at the moment. They've generated something like... Actually, how much have they generated here? Let's have a quick look. Will it work in the Lion's Arch key? The memory of Lion's Arch? I doubt it will. Right. Extra life. Yeah, this doesn't count as real LA. This is like separate LA. But anyway, the Extra Life event is going full steam today. It's actually Saturday. It's Saturday evening. Welcome to all of you homebodies. Those losers out there who have got no friends, no obligations, nothing happening. You're sitting inside watching streamers online on a lovely Saturday night. Hi, guys. Yeah, $103 they've rated. No, $103,000, 241, which is quite incredible. So they just did a donation. So yesterday the devs were streaming apparently Visions of Eternity related stuff, which I did not catch. I don't know whether there were any lore bombs or revelations there. Today, so it's currently 7:30. Usually I'd start at 7, but I'm starting at 7:30 because their Extra Life stream today just ended, and it was like 3 of the old guards, so to speak, talking Guild Wars 1. If you remember, maybe 2 years ago, they did an Extra Life Guild Wars 1 stream that I missed. Actually, was it 2 years? It might have even been 3 years ago, where apparently there were a lot of good revelations. I totally missed that. And I think the year before that was when they did the Mesmer Collective and the first hints about Secrets of the Obscure in retrospect actually started, and what Mabon was up to and so on. But, so yeah, I actually managed to tune in. I caught this one. It was a little bit janky. They had some mic issues. The overlays were not working. Like, the person who was the top donator, like, had their own, like, details clipped off the screen. The frames around the face cams weren't there. It was like watching a WP stream. But the anecdotes were good. It's always, again, I say this every time I watch an actual dev stream. It's like, it's weird because it's important to do that as well, because it reminds me that there are real human beings making this, you know. To not be too rude, to at least be a little bit considerate, because there are actual people making the game. It's so easy to forget when you just hide in internet land all the time. So let's go back to Castora here now. Wait, why did I go there? Just to check how much money they've earned? So yeah, there wasn't any particularly revelatory things, but it was nice to see them playing Guild Wars 1. I want an excuse to go back to it. Now that I've got, like, Super Guam, there's no titles to do, no nothing. I can feel it slipping. It would be kind of cool to kick up a series, you know. Like I said, I've wanted to do a series called God Walking Amongst Immortals. But at the same time, it's now been maybe half a year since I was playing a lot of that. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, so, a few other things have been going on in-game. I played with Kerry. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's talk about this in order. So on another character here, I've now been playing my next character, my next elite specialization. So I've been playing Rit in the open world and raid. I've been playing Conduit in the open world and raiding. I've played Troubadour through the whole story. And, well, now I've been playing Paragon. So this is my Paragon here. I've been playing this, a replay with Kerry. Kerry has made the new legendary Ancora, and she's excited about the idea. Well, we fell off. We didn't manage to do enough damage to kill some simple raptors. She likes the idea that there might be an alternate dialogue branch at some point in the story if you're actually wielding Ancora, which is not beyond the bounds of what Arenanet do and how the game works. So you never know, maybe. So we kind of restarted. We did all the opening instances. It's so much cooler once you know the whole story. Like listening to Isgarin blatantly lying to you at the start, and the ways in which he weasels out of certain details is excellent. Really, really, really fun. We didn't get too far. So we're at that bit where you scout. And, you know, you get the first signs that the whole gardeners exist. Oh, another observation, by the way. Zeke, the dog that's hanging around with PTM. Zeke, the dog, is here already. Zeke is one of our shipwrecked survivors. Well, we're not really shipwrecked, are we? But Zeke came from our boat, and then I had missed that arc. But Zeke's right here on the boat, on the beach at the very, very beginning. So anyway, yeah, it's just kind of nice to do a replay. I'm doing it on Paragon. Paragon does have the wings. I talked about this, but I've never shown it off. Basically, in the betas, the wings were only on the elite. We all said, please give us wings. When they talked about how they've changed the spec, they never mentioned it. But lo and behold, once the game came out, the wings are everywhere. So basically what it is once you get to... I'm going to need a few things to hit. One little ass mower isn't going to be enough. So let's aggro some crabs and things, I guess. Basically, once you get your motivation up... Might makes me so we're at 3 right now. We're at 6. There's 5. They're dying too quick. Maybe I should just auto-attack. I don't know. If I use Signet of Fury, do we get... Well, I need to use the buttons, I guess? Oh, there you go. Once we hit 10 and like a certain threshold, you get the wings. They look awful, though. Why? What is this? Why aren't they, like, floppy? Look at them. They look like they're, plasticast? Why am I trying to say that word? They're, like, stuck. They're not flowy or anything. So I'm a bit disappointed in the wing effect. Sorry to keep raising the bar and to keep bitching, but Jesus. So I put the golden wing back piece on, so it kind of looks like, you know, I have wings, and then when the combat goes to a certain point, they like advance to like translucent or something. But you know, this not good, you know. Like if we look at, say, the black feathers, look, physics. They're actually flowing. They're floppy. The white feathers flowing, floppy. Let's do these. You know, even the wings of love here, a little bit. So can't we have that in gold and shiny? Is it one or the other? The physics get disabled if they go translucent. The thing that is, I'm bitching about this, but this is the kind of thing that they will never have time for now. You know, it's off to the next thing, I think, and I doubt we'll see any changes. So a little bit disappointed still. It is a weird thing where it's like Dragon Hunter feels like it fulfills the wing fantasy more for me than even Paragon did in the end. But I went with this kind of visuals. This is the Ward Knight outfit. You know, golden wings. I went with a fractal spear. Fractal weapons here, which obviously look really good. Someone in my comments was saying, you know, why does everyone always credit human female? Human non-female is very good too. And I think that person's right, you know, especially because you get the bigger scale on the weapons and stuff, and you get to really enjoy like these little red cubes inside them that you don't usually, on an Asura, you barely appreciate, you know, or the little hex pattern under there. So yeah, anyway, Paragon. I've been playing it with strength and Berserker's power, so when we use our bursts, we get stronger. Because all of these count as bursts, all the chants. So I just went with like burst synergies basically, and I took discipline with burst mastery. So when we use a chant, we get, you know, that adrenaline restore. I haven't fully unlocked Paragon. I don't have enough points, so I've got to explore the map to keep getting more. So yeah, that's just a little bit of what I've been doing. But anyway, yeah, the big thing is, while scouting, when you get to this exact bit here of the scouting, if you do /cry, so I did this with Kerry.
Fury is mine.
And if we don't use the skill 5 this time to roll off the edge, you get the scouting achievement. So what did that do? That dinged Act 1 for me. I got that was the last thing I needed. Sorry it was off screen, but that finished this. That gave me a mastery point. That gave me this relic, the relic of the scoundrel. So plus 10% crit chance after blinding or weakening. You know, can I just want to throw it out there. If this was just 10% crit chance always, I would say it's an interesting relic, but I still probably wouldn't use it, you know. In the world that we're in, where it's so easy to get to crit cap, I think that, honestly, this should just be 10% always, and then it's kind of interesting. But again, there's something broken about the relic gameplay pipeline at the moment, where the really fun ones, the really cool ones, I sort of think should be the core set, not mini expects. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not going to be using that. But what it did do as well is it gave me that achievement, it gave me the meta, it gave me the relic, it gave me a mastery, and it gave me 49,500 achievement points. So there you go. Since the launch of the expansion, I've gained about 500 AP. So we get 2 gold, we get laurel, we get a little bit of XP.
The spoils of battle.
We get one of these crappy chests. A jug of karma. Mystic forge stones, which I do use for provisioners tokens every week. In fact, I haven't done that yet this week, so I'll show that off for you all. Because my bank is full. I'll show that off in just a second. Today, I haven't really played the game, but while I was watching the Extra Life stuff, I was like doing certain inventory banky things, which I guess we'll move into in just a second here. Yes, so currencies as well. Yeah, so the people in live chat talking about currencies. We'll talk about that in a second. So here, provisioners tokens every week. Seriously recommend these. So easy. 7 of them every week. So that gets rid of those stones, and I've got a bunch in my bank there. So yeah, the big one is next, guys. The big one. One more reward. 500, or should I say 497. And we will get a lot of stuff. Laurels, gems. I remember when those laurels really felt meaningful in the achievement rewards. Ascended Achiever title, which hopefully will be purple. Why am I saying all this? In a few episodes, I'm sure. Maybe during patch 1 or something, you guys will see me with that. So yeah, so anyway, Act 1 is done. For Act 2, I've got read all of the fragmented remains. So that's actually something I'd like to do. So I guess I'll eyeball that because that's content. Speed run one of the missions. And avoid all of the homing barrage missiles during the vlogs. During the Seb fight. And I don't really know how I'm going to do that because I was trying... Every time I've done that fight so far, I try to dodge them, but they hit me anyway. And that's either that my timing is terrible or they penetrate evasion. And again, I believe in a Guild Wars update that you know, looks at the telegraph so we can see shit like that. You know, just at a glance. You know, is the outer circumference of the telegraph spiky? That means that it's going to penetrate invuln and stuff, right? Or evade, or maybe if it's super spiky, it goes through everything. If it's just a little bit spiky, it's going through blocks. If it's barely spiky, it's, you know, it's going through evades. That's what I just said out loud there isn't good, but it's close to good. Anyway, yeah. So the other thing that's been going on is with the expansion, you can buy a new bank slot. So yeah, in terms of messing with this stuff, I got a new bank slot. So I now have, I mean, Christ, how many bank slots? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Almost can't fit them all on screen now. But so in my 20th tab, I have my infusions, okay? Now, so let's swap back over to list for this. There you go, Paragon, goodbye. That's all you're going to see of that. I mean, I could play Paragon today. That might be interesting, actually. For some of the stuff that I want to do. I mean, she's not explored everywhere. But so in the 20th tab, I have infusions, all right? So generic infusions plus the really good ones. So I have some precise ones here, because sometimes... when you set up a meta build, a like very tightly theory crafted build with the numbers, they'll ask you to have like 3, maybe sometimes as much as 6. Virtuoso is one of the poster children for this. So having some of those. World versus Worldy ones. Cheap ones that you can get from Magnetite over in raids, which is what most people use. Some really shitty old ones, which to be honest I should just consolidate away. But over here we have special ones, so Arcane Flow, Deljamore Stone Skin, Moto's Unstable Red, Moto's Unstable Blue, the Peerless Infusion, the Forest Wisp from last year, the Heat Core from last year, Primordus's Left Eye. So, and I got more of these randomly on other characters that I have to figure out. Basically, I turned a corner with lists and I decided, right, that I didn't want to put special infusions on lists. Why, I hear you ask? Because when I just generically open my equipment panel, I had so much scrolling to do because there were so many this and this and this and this, and some of them are Condi and some of them are power and some of the toughness, blah, 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 blah. Don't want any of that. I wanted lists as clean as possible. So here's what I've gone with, and I think it's pretty cool. All right, look at this. List has the best of the best, right? She has 20 spiteful +5 +9s. She has 20 plus 5 +9 healing. She has +20 malign +5 +9. Oh my god, I feel really sick and like head rushy and like it's not going away. What is that? That's very weird, isn't it? I had some wine last night. Is there a chance I'm hungover? I mean, I had 2 glasses of wine and not much. Anyway, so basically, and then finally also if we go to another template, say my minstrel template, which is using the healing ones, she also has 20 +5 +9 mighty ones for the power. So what that covers is everything terrestrial, including both weapon sets, which as an Ellie you don't really need, but for the convenience. So she has like 2 excessive ones. Now in theory, I could craft another 4. It's not just 20. In theory, maxing out is 24, right? Because you've got underwater as well. And it's 2 for one weapon set, and then 2 for another weapon set for people who can weapon swap underwater. So you could go all the way up to 20. It's extremely expensive to do all of this, though. Like, very, 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 very expensive. Not just in gold, right? Like, I've thrown so much gold at this project that I really shouldn't have. I could have had multiple other legendaries, all sorts of fancy shit. I could have put that on the new Aqua Breather. I could have put that on Ancora. I could have put that on the shit that's coming in the later patches. I did this instead, which was pretty dumb, but it makes me feel quite happy. And basically, I'm just never pulling these off of her. For my other characters, they're going to use the cheap ones from raids, you know, +5, +9s. There are, of course, then vitality ones, and toughness ones, and concentration ones. I've decided not to go for those just yet. I've gone with, like, the base set. I'll do those if there's ever a build that she wants them on. So what's quite interesting is this set here, this Minstrel Dwayner set that we're using our Otter build on. Right? This actually, what I really want is 100% regeneration, and so in theory, this could be a concentration set. The thing is, I don't want to do like a toughness set, for example, if I'm not going to assign it to one of my 10 templates, or one of my 9 templates, I suppose. We're actually going to run out of UI space on these soon. So I've just gone with these, and again, it's so pricey, you know. But I like this. Look, when I click a piece of gear, what do we see? We've got the legendary options at the top, but look at this underneath, right? We have the medallions, low tier. They're in my shared storage. Medallions, high tier. These are in my lower bag. And this is just inventory cleanup. But look, I even lined them up, right? So, like if I swap the medallion of the soldier with the medallion of the shaman here, they get offset. Look, I've even gone that far to have a nice clean inventory. These are the things you think about, right? So soldier. Rabid, and it's got like the claw icon and the jaws icon, I guess. Jaws icon. Shaman, Magi, 2 neat, nice rows, and then under that a nice, neat row of infusions to equip. So there you go. This is late stage Guild Wars gaming. None of this really matters. But like before today, I had like only 19 healing ones, and I had only 18 malign ones, and I had only like 16 spiteful ones, and the number... No. We must say 20 on all. So we're done. There is the Aqua Breather slot to think about. Oh, for enrichments, I do still have lots of special enrichments, like Otter and Firework and stuff, but they get hidden unless you're specifically clicking the amulet, so I'm fine with that. And they're all different. Each template I have, they have them in different use. But yeah, back to some actually meaningful commentary. On Liss, see now, and I can weapon swap on Liss. I can go between the staff heals or whatever other heals I like. And on Specialized Element, that actually kind of matters, you know, like having that option nice and quick. This Otter build is insane. I already ranted about it on the last episode. Play this Otter build. It is so strong. I have since taken it into various metas. Like this meta's going on at the moment. We might be able to actually sneak in there. I've already done it for the day, so whatever. It's so strong. The res is mental. The healing is mental. Going over the 5 target cap is mental. The alacrity uptime is mental. It's easy to play. You even get a little bit of utility on the stun breaks. Trust me, so good. I'm really satisfied by this build. The only downside is you need to play with someone else. So like I've got so much head rush at the moment. What is this? Why is simply talking giving me head rush? I was playing Phasmophobia in VR last night as well. And it was fun until I realised their recent patches have completely broken the fucking game. Like, they've totally broken it. Like, it will offset the whole game world at an angle, and all the reviews of people... That was one of the best VR games you can possibly get, right? Why? Because if you're the only guy with a, or girl with a headset in your friend group, it doesn't matter. It's crossplay, right? Like, I can play with my headset. I've got another friend who's at med school now, so he's not around so much at the moment. But he's got a headset. We would play, and other people would be playing 2D. And what that meant is it's an actual game you would regularly play, right? And get use out of your headset. Phasmophobia was perfect for that, and now it's just broken. So I had to play it in 2D in the end. But yeah, anyway, I was up and about with it, and I felt the backache come back. Not lack of fitness, kidney ache is what I'm talking about. So I might actually be ill, guys. Anyway, yeah, play the auto build. It's very good. This is like minstrel set, and going to the 100% regen would be even more fun for the purposes of like healing shit tons of players in open world and healing people you have no right to really be healing. You know, I assume that has a little bit of world versus world application too, to be honest. Yeah, with the relic of Dwayne to increase their effectiveness and everything. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I've been doing. I have no comments from you guys today. We're just going to jump straight in. We're going to play the game. We'll do a Q&A section next time. I feel like because the last episode was dedicated to it, I don't want to do it today. So yeah, let's just pick something and do it. Now, there's side quests. There's lore. There's fishing. Should we do the gill rings? Is that entertaining? What's like the best side quest? Does anyone in the live chat want to suggest to me what like the best thing is? Oh, I know what the best thing is actually that I've missed. It's the last jumping puzzle. There's a whole jumping puzzle we still haven't done. Can anybody point me to that? Like where we go? Oh, that was odd. I weapon swapped and it put me on... Okay, that power quickness catalyst build is clearly broken. Yeah, and Liss's outfit is just terrible at the moment. I'm going to need to reset her skins. The thing is, I'd like to have all this set up and nice and clean for the big account tour, you know, the 50k account tour, which I would like to be this Christmas. Because I used to do account tours around New Year's. So pairing that with the 50k threshold would be really fun. Of course, everything I just explained about the infusions there, I can feel was pretty goddamn boring. And I've already said it all now, so maybe I shouldn't say that on an account tour soon as well. Let's see, there should be an adventure icon for the jumping puzzle. Okay. I'd recommend going to that JP alone, as finding your way through is really fun. Memories of Another Time is the best one. Okay, so Memories of Another Time. Okay, so we're going to do Memories of Another Time. Help a former Astral Ward member find their scattered memories. We haven't even initiated this one. I don't know what this quest is. And we're going to do the jumping puzzle.
Plenty more to do around here.
Oh, yeah. Hearts are progressing. Just to show you all. Visions of Eternity. Renown hearts. Whoa! Look at this! I'm actually nearly done at Pub Canark. Apparently Pub Canark is the one... Oh, and Whole Garden. This is actually really cool to me because we're only just starting the expansion here. I haven't at any point felt like I've grinded on these. I've just, like, remembered to go see them and say hi. Look, I have 21 of these tokens still sitting around. And I'm nearly done. This is as opposed to last year in Janthia Wilds, where I really felt like I had to put effort into finishing these off. But no, like, they've just come for free. That's how engaged I've been this year. I mean, I'm sure this here, look, Untamed Crags, I've only got 5. Oh, dear. So that's going to take a while. But yeah, pretty happy with that. These have, like, flown by. That, of course, means there's a bunch of dialogue and fun little tweaks that you guys have completely missed. What can I say? Play the game. Try to experience it for yourself. Trying to drink a little bit here. I have Professor Peppy Zero Sugar. This is like knockoff Dr. Pepper. Shameless. Again, it's another Vive product. It tastes a lot like Dr. Pepper. Actually, it tastes a little bit like marzipan. That's what I would say it tastes a bit like, marzipan. For the entire can, and this is the bit that I care about, it has 1 calorie. Oh no, sorry, per 100 milliliters it has 1 calorie. And it's a 330 milliliter can, so we're getting about 3 calories here, 3.3 calories. Do you know what? I want us to move into the future with this shit. I think when you buy like a can of something or a pack of something or whatever, the default detail should always be literally what you've got. It shouldn't be per X and then you have to calculate it for yourself. It should be what you've got. I don't know whether any like enlightened European countries already do it that way. But holy shit, it's such a pain in the ass. Dr. Pepper tastes like marzipan? I think it does, really. I really genuinely do think you can taste a bit of that there. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't recognize until you say it out loud, but yeah. Acquiring a Galeus is also good. A bit of variety in what I asked you to do. Yeah, I would love to get the Aqua Breather on stream. The problem is I've got no money. I genuinely, guys, I just spent all of... I've got 7 gold, right? I've got 7 gold, and like if you look, how many Mystic coins do you have, WP? 0. 0 coins. How many Ecto do you have, WP? 0 Ecto. How many Stabilizing Matrices do you have? 2, right? I've got no money. I'm out. I'm tapped. So we will see.
On your last outing, by chance did you notice any rings naturally occurring in the environment?
I did, actually. One made of mushrooms.
You'll have to let Katra know. She's studying the creatures that watch over them.
Oh, a tiny bit more preamble, actually, as well, talking about currencies and stuff and doing the hearts. And getting money. I did some of the mirror stuff. I did some of the mirror things. So here, check this out. And this is so cool that this is in Nexus. I've learned more about Tiny HUD, largely because my raid group in Mount Barrier, we're at Ura now, and I didn't want to run Blish because it's so laggy and delayed and stuff. I wanted it on here. So Tiny HUD does work. So I'm using the... Let's see. Let's see if I'm right about everything here. That's toggle. That's not the right... Pathing packs here. So I have... Oh, I didn't mean to open the folder there. That's Tech-Its guides. Shit. How do I just see what packs I have? Toggle map pathing packs, encounter timers? No, that one's not active. Oh my god, as soon as I go live, I just... How do I bring up the big list? Oh, this is the big list. It's because I have it filtered by a current map. Okay, so here's what I have, right? These Hashkas markers, these put like a frog... okay, hold on. Has it been reset? I can actually just go in there and show you guys. This is pretty interesting. Sorry to anyone just desperate for lore details or whatever, but you know, the game is more than that to me. So let's have a quick look. I want to actually show you. I think I still have it open. This is Mount Barrier? No, that's just a generic worker. No, that's Stronghold of the Faithful. Mount Barrier has a Coden outside it. That's a Scholar. That's Wing 5. Here we go. They're over here. Okay. This is pretty interesting, guys. And again, I'm not going to make a dedicated video on this stuff, so get your detail in here now. So this is Mount Barrier, but it's cleared up to Ura. Because we beat the first 2 bosses to open her up. We pugged those, sort of struggled a little bit, which is funny because we've just beat all the CMs for them. And to go back to normal mode, like, there's barely anything going on. And yet we were struggling. Like, we wiped a couple of times on normal mode Greer. But again, with pugs, all right? That's my excuse. There were some pugs in the Greer. That was my shitty movements, I'm sure. Right, so look at this. This is quite interesting. This is what the community is doing these days, right? So this is the Ura Arena, right? And you can get marker packs to help you with raids. So at Ura, there's going to be a bunch of different geysers that spawn, right? And it's some players' jobs to deal with them. Depends on what strategy you go through the fight and stuff. But there's so many. There's like 13, 14 spots of them. Is that right? 12 spots? There's not enough squad icons. So like native to the game, we have these, right? Arrow, circle, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully you guys are familiar with these. If you're not, I'd say you're fairly out of touch. But because there's so many... this guy Hashka, and I guess certain groups are running these. If I toggle it on, is it not toggled on anymore? Why are these all expanded? Yeah. Oh, see, Tiny Hut doesn't remember thingies. So one way is you can put the markers on one of these add-on packs. So they do it by numbers, right? So this is Geyser 1. I assume that means it's the first one that spawns in the fight. And then Geyser 2 is here. And then Geyser 3 is over here. And then Geyser 4. Or you can do it with icons. So they just put the squad marker things down in-game. But this is a part of Nexus. And you'll see, so this is way cleaner than Blishud looks. No offense to Blishud or anything. It's just they can only do so much as an overlay. But because there's so many, and there's not actually that many in-game ones, they start inventing their own. So there's like Cloud. So you might join a pug for this content. And they'll talk about like, oh, go to Cloud, right? Or go to Fox. They have like animals, right? So go to Fox. Go to Frog is over here. Go to, like, Cat, I guess I would call that. There's a fish icon. And so, yeah, these things are just getting very sophisticated. There's another pack. Now, I haven't tried this one. This is the Hashka's pack, Hashka's markers. But this guy, Heroes, the Heroes pack. Now, that one's really interesting. This guy has it set up where he'll actually create a line between you and the marker, showing you where to walk. Like, you actually just get a line to follow. Like, you don't even have to look or know where the markers are. You just follow the walkable lines, which is absolutely crazy too. They have, like, timers and shit. Now, I don't really know how all of this works, but, like, so there's encounter timers, right? So it will show when rising pressure is happening. The timer begins automatically on fight part start, and you get some kind of overlay when Ura receives rising pressure. Or, like, when the geyser... Like, this here. This displays where the next two toxic geysers spawn, where the first geyser in each phase spawns, and a trail from you to the next spawn. And that's just Mount Barrier. So, an example for people like Sabbather, right? It shows when the cannons spawn, so you don't have to, like, time it or look at the top right or anything. And I assume maybe a path to walk there. They have markers for Salvation Path. Now, I've never seen these actually working. I assume Tiny HUD can get them going. I think I have to set up a hotkey or something. I don't know, but when I play, I don't see any of this happening. It's just when you wipe, I get a bunch of notifications in the middle of my screen saying, timer reset, timer reset. So, I haven't fully got it figured out, but I'm getting there. And I have it all set up onto just one thing now, you know, which I can right-click to toggle different stuff. Anyway, so going back to Visions of Eternity, because of course that's technically last year, I'm just trying to show how sophisticated some of these markers and add-ons are getting. As far as I understand, now I would love to hear in the YouTube comments, I would love to hear in the live chat right now, as far as I understand, there are equivalents for these kinds of things over in Final Fantasy XIV and over in World of Warcraft. But they're, like, not allowed. Like, we're in a weird world right now, guys, where World of Warcraft, as a part of its policy, is ripping all the add-ons out. And even in FF14, is it 14? They're saying, no, you're not allowed to do stuff like this. This shit's too broken. This shit's too strong. You can't do it. Which is just... It's so weird that Guild Wars is now in this place. Guild Wars, where there is no... You know, there's very little real communication from the studio about this stuff. Yes, they do have an API, right? But, you know, Guild Wars, the game that doesn't really let you modify your UI, and that's not because they were lazy, and that's not because they were slow, and that's not because they didn't care. It's because they specifically thought it would lead to a better experience than Guild Wars 1, where you could do those things, right? Guild Wars 2 is now the game, you know, where there's no gear inspect, by the way. Guild Wars 2 is now the game where the community's doing all this stuff, and that it's, like, really over the top and really, really excessive. And I think Arenanet need to figure out where they're sitting on this stuff. They have to have that conversation, because it's like shit or get off the pot, basically. You know, like let's talk about Gear Inspect, right? I usually find nerds discussing this shit on their fucking little podcast so tedious, right? And here I am doing the same, right? But Why can you not gear inspect in Guild Wars 2? Because they feel like it's not this nebulous idea of toxicity, all right? It's not because, oh, you're going to be mean to each other and we don't trust you not to be mean to each other. There's kind of a bubbling overall level of that, right? But if you actually follow that philosophy, if you actually follow that perspective deeply, you have to compromise everywhere, all over the game. So at a certain point, you have to trust your players to be nice and to have in-game reports, right? And to have chat logs and to do a bit of policing, right? Like, no company is making an online experience where they want to be completely hands-off with moderation. Moderation has to exist, right? And you have to rely on it. Now, you can do things like making your cooperative play in the open world as frictionless as possible and stuff to try and reduce incidents. But at the end of the day, you have to ask your player base to be nice to each other. So why is gear inspect not allowed? It's not that. That's not the story, okay? The story is friction when getting into groups. Exclusory attitudes and like, okay, I'm not allowed to play with you because I'm not fully infused. Or in previous years, I'm not allowed to play with you because I'm not fully ascended. Or in previous years, a very narrow window at launch, I'm not allowed to play with you because I don't have full exotic, right? This was the challenge. This is the actual conversation. It's about the casual to mid-core to hardcore pipeline, right? In which we have consumers that are only idly interested in the game, casually interested in the game. They play it a bit, but oh look, they made a friend. Oh look, that friend's brought them into a guild. Oh look, that friend's invited them to some quick plays. Oh look, now that I'm comfortable with quick plays, I'm interested in T4 fractals. Oh look, now that I've been playing T4 fractals, I've got a bigger friends list, and hey, I can do some strike missions. Oh look, now I can raid, right? That, and suddenly you're an enthusiastic guy that's staying in on Saturday nights instead of going out with your friends, right? That's what they want, or what they should want, right? In my opinion. So, let's not talk about how MMOs destroy social lives and put people's grades off path. Okay. So, it's about that. It's about getting into groups. It's about friction with LFG. It's about making those new communities. And it's very hard to do that. So, Gear Inspect creates barriers that knocks people away, right? And Arenanet said, let's not do that, okay? We don't want people to be able to scrutinize each other's gear. It's not about just the meanness. It's about waiting around to have fun. It's about not letting perfect, everyone being fully infused, be the enemy of goods. Okay, that guy has a couple of exotic beasts, but you know what? In reality, we can beat it anyway, right? Don't let players police themselves in that way, because perfect will be the enemy of good. That's why there's no gear inspect. Okay, fast forward to today, and they're just sitting there while KP.me ravages the pug community. Oh, you're not allowed to play Veil Guardian with me because you don't have KP.me. That's why I join those groups, even when they ask for KP, because I don't want to encourage that. I want the friction to be on the commanders so that they stop pushing for that. There's all this friction that's coming from KP.me. There's all this friction that's coming from these add-ons at the moment. And it's like, oh, you can't play with us because you don't have Timey Hard correctly installed, blah, blah, blah. And the onus is on these third-party developers to have it smooth and clean and comfortable when it is a mess. It's difficult to navigate Timey Hard and to figure all the configurations out and everything. Like, I'm sitting here with my raid group the other night. I was sitting there using the Windows snipping tool. Like, I learned a bit more about the Windows snipping tool, like how to put arrows and shit on things and to annotate things and highlight things with the Windows snipping tool, which, by the way, is really strong and is a tooltip, skill set everyone should have. Check that out, honestly. Windows Shift S and actually play around with it. Like, I was sitting there with the snipping tool showing people how to even just install this stuff. This is all friction, Arenanet. This is all flying in the face of what you were trying to prevent, okay? So shit or get off the pot. If you're shitting, then put gear inspect in, right? Go the whole way. If you're shitting, point people to these tools within the game, right? Tutorialize this stuff within the game. Or get off the pot. Ban it, condemn it, tell people that it's not a thing, police it properly. As you can see, your competitors over at Blizzard are doing with World of Warcraft. Right? These discussions need to happen. And they're not happening, so we live in this weird grey world right now. And it's not a weird grey world where people who use add-ons are at risk of having their accounts banned or anything like that. It's a weird grey world because the behavior of the player base and the things that we're restricted on, shitting also means allowing people to customize their UI more, right? does not align fully with what the actual client allows you to do. So, you know, I think these things need to be in constant assessment. They're a studio, ultimately, that has one product that they support. It's a live service game. I want to see communication about this stuff, and I want to see that these conversations are happening amongst them. And I don't see any evidence of that, so it's just a weird one. It's very, very odd. So anyway, back to Visions of Eternity. There you go. There's my rant. There's my little state of the game for you guys. And as far as I'm concerned, there's not really much more to say about it for now. We're just on this weird slippery slope where things are getting worse / better. But things are becoming more difficult for that pipeline, and I think that sucks. So yeah, anyway, yeah, speaking of Visions of Eternity, so I have Timey HUD set up at the moment with thanks of TechIt, who's such a hard worker and has been doing this stuff for years and is updating. All the mirrors are just there in-game for me now. So here's a mirror, guys. I have 11 key fragments. We click the mirror. We can break the targets. I've done a bunch of these now, and as far as I can see, they're never really that interesting. And now I just follow his little path. I don't have to dig around on Wiki. Oh, what? Oh, no, I don't have 11 keys. I have 11 extra life. Shit. Yeah, okay, never mind then. So, yeah, anyway, you just follow his path, and then he'll lead you to all the chests that spawn from that mirror. And it's interesting, you know, like, playing it over the past couple of days, I have been more incentivized to tag events and veteran mobs and to actually just engage with the game. I quite like this system, you know, because I've been wanting to get those key fragments because I've been wanting to get rares. And so then you salvage the rares, obviously, into ectos. You got a chance at some of the better loot. You get some of the map currencies. So there was another chest. I won't just follow that meaninglessly. And yeah, you know, but ectos are tanking at the moment, so I can't say I really earned that much money from it, and I haven't really done that many. I don't know if there's a Castoran achievement. Beachcombing, use Aether location, get all the Alliance field operative skins, all the Restless Captain, Aether location. So yeah, there's 3 armor sets: Restless Captain, Extremis, and Tyrian Alliance. Restless Captain is from this map. It's this vendor right here. Field Operative, I think, is the second map. I don't know where the Extremis one's from. Apparently, I've got a piece already. Speaking of which, I want to clear that out of Liss's inventory here. So, yeah. Alliance, Field Operative, gloves, boots. I have them all unlocked, so I'm just going to... Well, are they salvageable? They are. So we'll salvage them instead of leave.
What a pleasant surprise.
There you go, a little bit of gossamer and a little bit of silk and a little bit of dark matter. Here I've got Restless Captain token gloves again. But I think because we already cached that, it'll be really good when Timey HUD is no longer over the UI. So anyway, for now I'm just going to... So what is it? I want to toggle... There, the pathing window, that's it. See, we already have the gloves. So do I spend Karma to get the gloves again? Or do I just sell the glove token for 50 silver? Those are the boots. Oh. Which we want to salvage as well.
Target destroyed.
Is the token sellable? Saleable? Oh, they are, yeah. Okay, so you get 50 silver for the extra tokens. So yeah, I don't have any of the spears yet, any of the new spears. I don't have tokens for these. So if I don't use a token, it's going to cost so much. 150 gold. So much of the sap. I don't know what kind of person would spend on these. I mean, you're already so spoiled for choice on skins, even as a newer player. So I will just wait until I get the tokens, frankly, to finish these off. But yeah, so in terms of the map currency, I now have 1,395. I don't know what that means I can purchase, really. Should we go to the heart vendors and have a little look-see around? That might be fun. There's a heart vendor over here. You know what? Maybe I'm head rushy because I'm hungry. I've just suddenly realised I've got hunger pangs. I don't know why. I had a peanut butter sandwich not too long ago. Oh my god, I'm being so bad. I'm so sorry. Chat, let me catch up. Hello, chat. Tulip says, WP, that's exactly why I stopped doing raids and fractals. I don't want to pug with all this shit being part of the conversation, and I don't care enough to look for stags. Yeah, I get you completely. I deliberately decided not to do KP.me because I didn't want to encourage it. I didn't do any videos about it. I didn't talk about it. I did not want to encourage that because I think it is completely opposed to what Guild Wars was trying to be. A lot of people just don't understand Guild Wars. Even like long-term veteran players, they like you listen to them talk and they actually don't know what they're talking about. They think it's like meant to be a casual game. It's meant to be an easy game. It's meant to be something that hardcore players. It was never meant to be any of that. What it was meant to be was frictionless for party play. That's what it really all came down to. And so when you look at kp.me, like, to me, that's just anathema to the whole fucking thing. So it started like that for me, but I'll be completely honest, right? A big part of me not using it now is because, you know, I've got, like, fucking thousands of LI. I've got, like, you know, shit tons of strike clears. I've got purple titles, I've got this, I've got that, blah, 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 blah. I've played the game. But if I start using that, right, if I actually get an account and I set it up, I'm going to look like a noob. It's going to say, oh, this guy has no records of VG. I'm not allowed to play VG because I haven't got any, right? Like, unless a commander just says, fuck it, I'll just be sympathetic or whatever. Like, and it's like, if I actually want that serve, and that's one thing, but then imagine, like, you know, a few months in, it's still not going to at all reflect what I've actually done. So I just sort of shirk the whole thing. That is a part of it for me now. You know, it started as like this, this fucking lame, losery rebellion thing, but a part of it now is just like I just don't want to be in that position. I don't want to look like a noob when I'm not a noob. You know, there's like an ego element to it, and I'm adult enough to admit to that. And that kind of sucks, you know. I don't think people should have to go through that. I don't have any problem with actually asking for kill proof. I just believe it should be a part of the game if it's going to be a thing. I think it should be native. What Arenanet should do is I think there should be 2 criteria that commanders can look at for people, okay? I think one of them, they can look for total kills. So, like it will track if I did HTCM, right? But the other thing is it should be recent kills. And I think they should be able to ask for recent kills, but only up to a very low amount. Like, I think, like, the most restrictive they could be is, like, 5 recent kills. And what does recent mean? Recent means in the past 12 months. I would have it something like that, right? So, like I cleared HCCM, I did it all, right? But it doesn't fucking mean anything. If I had kp.me on when I did that, it doesn't mean I did that 3 years ago. Do you think I could just join a HCCM pug right now and I would know how to, like, kite greens? And I would remember my exact positioning and I would know every... No, I wouldn't know. It doesn't mean anything. There's no meaning to it. That's one of the things, right? That's just, like, so stupid to me about it. But recent, if I had done that in the past 12 months, yeah, I might not be perfect with the fight, but I'd pick it up really fucking quick. And I think it would be useful to a commander, and that would actually have a bit of meaning. But at least then everyone's on a level playing field, you know, and everything would be tracked natively, and people wouldn't be getting screwed out of it just because they didn't have the add-on earlier and all these kind of, like, extra elements to it. So, you know, I think Arenanet need to look at what the community is doing. They need to understand that kill proofs are a valid thing, and they're not a toxic thing, and they're not an evil thing, okay? And that there's something you're going to have to work with, and your player base is using your API to do this now, all right? It's time for you to step in and be the adult and sort that out. That has to be the mindset. All this prevaricating and it's just... we've got other things to work on and all that kind of shit. I just don't believe in it. And, okay, I'm going to try and not get insulting here. They're real people, as we just talked about on the extra live stream.
Are finally starting to trust us.
Okay.
I haven't gotten into nearly as many spats with the Hull Gardeners recently, and... well, I see why they're concerned about who gets a say in how their island runs. It's bothersome, but I get it.
Okay, what do you have for sale? So I have got 100. I have a stack of chromatic sap plus an extra like 178. No, 128. So I can't actually really buy this stuff still. So the endless tropical crab tonic, I'd love it. By the end of this expansion, I'm going to buy this, guys. But I also need 100 gold, and I need a lot of karma. The crab dance emote is not previewable. 50 gold. So, but what I can buy is the crate and the spindrift and the... I mean, it's still too much gold. So a lot of the purchases from the heart vendors, they are pricey. I don't know. Do you get these luckily from the meta event or something? You know, I feel like I've been doing pretty good with my chromatic stat. That's quite a lot. And, you know, these are the same currencies you'll use for the legendaries, right? So when I make the aqua breather, I think I'll need more. By the way, okay, we've done a lot of rambling. I've been speaking relentlessly. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just take a minute. Okay, big, cool thing I just want to talk about and I want to emphasize. You guys realize it's a double legendary, right? I don't think I've mentioned this out loud on the stream. But when Kerry made Ancora, okay, there's a double legendary in VOE. Like, that's fascinating to me. You know, just before this came out, the Fractal event happened, and you got the gloves, and the gloves are really easy. They're the easiest, but there's 6 slots, and I thought, hey, that's actually pretty good. And again, they backloaded all of this functionality in QOL to legendaries. So I actually am a believer in easier to acquire legendaries, right? I really am. Just let's be very clear. They didn't talk about this in the press, not with any clarity, for me at least, I think. If you buy VOE, you can get a double legendary. This item, the Etheric Anchor, you make one thing. You do one collection. You put in the resources for one thing. And when you get this, it gives you the spear and staff together. You don't pick one or the other. You get them both. Unlock both forms of Ancora. That was not clear to me. I didn't realize that. It's not just getting both... I'm scared I'm getting this wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't think I am wrong. It's not just you unlock the spear, but you get the staff skin for free. No, no, no. You get a spear and a staff, 2 legendaries in one. And so if you compare that to the price of other legendaries, it's like a slight discount. I think it would cost you 6 to 7 grand to create 2 separately. And this, the buy orders are only at 4.9, but still. So, you know, and if you make it yourself, you subsidize that heavily. It's actually worth it. I don't know if anyone watching this video doesn't have a staff, doesn't have a spear. I tend to assume that the people watching are just like me and you've played far too much of this game for far too many years. But have we got any new players watching? It's worth going for. It's worth thinking about. So you can get a double from one crafting process, or you can get the aqua breather, which is what I'm more interested in. But, you know. So what can we buy here from this heart? This is Restless Captain stuff again. Oh, sorry. We need to go to the heart vendor. Not. Again. Oh, fuck. What? Are we back at the... No, we are at the whole garden. Yeah, and Mnemonic Malenko points out here, Aqua Breather also unlocks all 3 weights at once. So, you know, that's a triple legendary again. Like, I mean, that makes sense. No one's going to want to make 3 separate Aqua Breathers, right? Again, in a world where this was a dedicated underwater expansion, maybe that would be fun. But I think implicitly, guys, the fact that we got the Aqua Breather with this, what does that state? That states that Arenanet does not have the appetite for a big underwater rework, blah, 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 blah. That is not on, so to speak, the table. That's what that says to me. Not that they've come out with any statements like that, but you'd think if they had schemes for that, then it wouldn't have, the Aqua Breather wouldn't be here, and it wouldn't be a 3-for-1. So yeah, Crate Spear, I don't know. You don't really get anything interesting in this one. By the way, also I have these fast constructors skins. I don't know what I've been getting those from. There's some kind of like Inquesty set where the icon, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't match at all the visuals. But yeah, so we were getting that. Okay.
Now I shall break you.
I think I used the wrong item there. Why'd I use Silverfed for that? That was dumb. No, was that dumb? No, that was alright, wasn't it? I'm confused about what ones to use now. So I'll salvage those. Alright, okay, so there you go. Currency, shit like that. Right, jumping puzzle. I want to play. Let's play. They're a random meta drop. Ah, is that right? Everyone in this chat has club yarn. Prove me wrong.
Good to see
I might actually make 2 club yarns in the end.
Plenty more to do around here.
I heard it's something to do with birds, right? And it's got an adventure icon, right? So all I need to do is look for an adventure icon that I don't really know anything about, because it's like that's the Great Choya race. Now, by the way, that technically is an adventure that I want to do, because there's like achievements. I think I only ever did the race version of it. So let's check that out. Let's go over there. Oh, there you go. Somebody's just pinged it for me. The Giant's Lap. Thank you. Let's toggle the pathing overlay. It would be cool if there was a little checkbox on these so I could see whether they're on or off by default already. I keep dropping little bits of feedback to the Timey Hard guys in their Discord, and they're so nice and they're so sweet and they're responding kindly. I wonder at what point they're going to be like, okay, shut up now, WP. It's not your own personal little tool. I'm going to go north more. By the way, so these here, right? These wildflowers, I think these are Gwirl ring things. And I just didn't realize. So we're looking for a circle of flowers somewhere in this area. A circle of wildflowers. And then we can drop it to complete the ring, right? But I mean, how far away would I go? This is actually way more engaging than the little fox things that they've been doing since EOD. You know, where like, it's clearly just press F on this one thing and move half an inch. So I grabbed some wildflowers over there. It starts by interacting to the little bird. Thank you for the tips. Thank you, guys. Thank you. God, people are learning that whispering me in-game is better than the fucking chat. I wish it wasn't, but it bings me when you message me in-game. But I can't set up a bing for YouTube because it will just be going bing, 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 bing. And I'll get desensitized to it, as well as annoying all of you guys. Is that it? They look like maybe that's a ring of... that's a ring of rocks, though. Oh, look, it's far away. Wow. Yeah, we did it. There's a Gwildel. Oh, I like these things. Tend to the wildflower wing. That wing. Why am I messing up so much today? Ring. This is the last one, apparently, as far as the achievement's concerned. Right, let's go to the Great Choya race. Now let's see. Wait, come on. I'm trying to hit my auto run button.
You'll help me study Choya locomotion, right?
Oh, it's here. So, the race is ending in 50 seconds. While the main event is underway, the time trial is closed. Clear the track. Sign up for the race with the race master. I'm going the wrong way. Now, I don't expect to be able to finish this, but by going through a few checkpoints, will I at least get credit? We can familiarize ourselves with the controls. So what is the boost recharges our endurance. The rolls cost endurance. But they also have ICDs. Oh, okay, yeah, the ICD isn't. Right, I'm rolling back. Oh, we got achievement. Choya momentum. Roll 20 times. Well, that's good. NA or EU today? EU. No, NA. I'm on NA. WP, you want Sky Shroud Canopy Region and the Giant's Lap. Point of interest. Alright, well, we'll do this first, and then we'll go have a look. How exciting. It's nice to be able to right-click these floaty boxes. I wasn't able to right-click the floaty boxes for like 2 days playing because I wanted to show you guys me getting the achievement chest. Alodus, hey, membership, thank you. That's full membership too. Good day, WP. Missed the start today, so I just caught up after 2 times speed. I don't think you said how Paragon's intro was, or maybe I missed it. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you go to the Ossen Quarter, which I thought was really quite cool, a nice touch. For those of you that don't know, in the lore, the Ossen Quarter is like where... it's like the Alolan sector, if you will, in Divinity's Reach. And there's a guy there. You don't actually speak to Zaim. You speak to... his name's like Haim or something. And he literally just says, hi, I'm here as a diplomat, and I'm going to teach you how to be a Paragon. I mean, that is it. Would it have been nice? Which naturally made me ask, begs the question, why didn't this happen 4 years ago in POF, right? Like, but, you know, the commander doesn't ask that. Let's just, you know, we know the the doylist answer to that question. It's because there were other elite specs happening, or what? I don't know actually. I would love to hear that from a dev. What made them go for the Spellbreaker rather than the Paragon at that time? In any case, perhaps it's just because at that time they felt that the Paragon didn't fit, and it's as simple as that. That's it really. You just learn it. So they don't reinvent the wheel, but the story steps are you know, they're just quick little chit chats, aren't they? They're not actual instances. Would I have loved it to have been a full-blown instance with a little bit more? Yes, but I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth and see the Spartan army in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nice. All right, we got 9 branching intros to the game, and these could have just been NPCs plopped in maps. You know, they could have not even done this much. So I'm grading on a curve here, and at the end of the day, this is better than we had from any other expansion. So it gets the WP thumbs up. Troubadour I already talked to you guys about. Conduit you saw on screen. Amalgam you saw on screen. Ritualist? What happened with Ritualist? Oh, I haven't done the Ritualist one, even though I've been playing it, because I haven't actually done the story. Alright, is this open now? It is!
Off you go. Quickly. Now.
Oh, she's very cute, isn't she? Off you go! Do you know what I like, guys? I'm a 30-year-old man. I like it when video games remind me of my mummy when I was a little baby being bounced on her knee. Off you go! It's nice, isn't it? Can she just tell me that everything's going to be okay before I learned, you know, what the real world was like? Oh, by comboing a roll into a jump, we get a little more maybe. I'm fully expecting to finish this to discover Boots has done it in like 2 seconds.
I got assigned to collect magic samples out here, and I'm in over
I'm
my
sure
head.
that's taking me further.
Any of you could
Do I need to get the timing right? Do I need to do it at the very end? You know, it's like holding B or whatever just at the right time in Mario Kart at the starting line. Why did they do Spellbreaker? Because spells need to be broken? Ah, I see. The spells needed to be broken more than the paras needed to be gone. Yeah, so true. I mean that in a very normal and not weird way. No, I do. I'm not being ironic. I do like it. I like the, oh, hold on. So you can't talk to me like that in real life because I've got all this ego and anger and I'll feel patronized, right? But here, I'm role-playing and... Boots did do a video on this adventure. Oh, we should do a little learning moment. Let's see if we beat him. Did we beat him? First time? Because I'm a natural at it? Holy shit, he did it 30 seconds faster. How did he shave 30? I didn't even get gold. We got to do that again. I've got to get gold. How did I fuck that up so bad? But well, how did I fuck that up? Dun, 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 dun. The Choya are the best, man. They're such a funny, great little idea. Is it because I'm not rolling every time I get my endurance back? So I'm technically losing efficiency with that, right? Oh no, that one wasn't good. Go, go, go. Oh, I bet I know how he did it. He's using like endurance regeneration methods. How can I increase my endurance speed? Mind you, this isn't a mount, so the Jade bot module doesn't matter. Here we go, ready? Roll. Go! Go, ole, ole! No, 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 go! Decent rolling uptime matters, yeah. 30 seconds is quite a lot. I don't need that for gold, but that shows there's a lot of headroom. Is it because I'm missing certain pickups? Do I save this jump or do I just go for it? Go, roll, 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 roll. Roll again. And jump again. Jump again. See, that recharges my jump as well. Alright, one final one. Okay, we got gold. So, I saved 9 seconds there. So we were well within gold. How did I do so badly on the other one? Oh, all the XP and spirit shards. Oh, yeah! I have this. Now, I held off on training this mastery because I was going to do it on stream. But as a result of that, I actually had quite a good experience. Like I said, I've done a bunch of mirrors, and I've been running out of key shards for my mirrors. So then I have to go do events and stuff. This final mastery alleviates that a little bit. So event reward chests have improved rewards. I don't know quite what that means. But then it says completing magic mirror challenges will give you key charges. And it's quite a lot, I think. So with this final mastery, just finding a mirror is enough. For example, earlier on the stream, I just did a mirror. And then I went to show you, go open some chests, but I couldn't. Because I didn't have any key charges. But with this mastery, I would. So it's pretty nice, actually. So I've actually had a good experience with this mastery where I've experienced the pain of not having it. Pain in air quotes. And now this actually feels like a big reward. But it's interesting to me that if I wasn't streaming the game and holding off the acquisition of this, I never would have had that moment because I would have unlocked this long before I ever did my first mirror. So to be honest with you guys, I do think that the masteries are still shit. I do think that the pacing and everything is still off. But hey, maybe we can put that down to the fact I have a birthday booster. But that's not a fringe behavior, you know. Anyway, there you go. Prosperity unending, and the expansion is complete. We have them all. So I'm up to 671 mastery points. And what is, I hear you cry, I hear you beg, WoodenPotatoes, please, please tell me your take. Please tell me, were the masteries good this year? And my answer to that question is no. Unfortunately, I don't find these to have been any more interesting than any of the other years, and you guys know me, I'm not a fan of the system in general. The real thing to review is the skimmer stuff, and here's a quick review for you all here on the skimmer stuff. The floating thing is really unwieldy. I don't like the animation bugs while you're holding space, and it's really unwieldy. Like, the turn radius is so difficult. The reality is, like, I actually think this is the best one, and the others are too power crept. The others are too strong. But the reality is, I'm always going to use the Warclaw and Skyscale over this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are a lot of use cases for this that I don't get. The map design hasn't particularly led into this. The movement speed on the skimmer, I can't really say I've felt. The stealthing when going underwater, I can't really say I've felt. And finally, the pew-pew gun thing. Now, this was quite interesting. I've been playing the Otter build a lot, right? What did I put on? Minstrel Duena. I've been playing this. I have absolutely no capacity to do damage. None. I really mean none. Like, here, look, if I aggro this guy. Yeah, regen, alacrity. More alacrity, stability, revive. Use my elite to CC. More otters, dodge. Sorry, more otters, dodge. Yeah, I've put 10 bleed on him. Yeah, healing rain. Dodge. Recharge again. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, this is so good. Oh, I'm so into this. Look at the chill. Oh, the stability's ready again. Oh my god, let's increase my benevolence. There's a lot of pressure coming in. Oh my god. Of course, that's barely even a thing in the game, is it? A high pressure phase where you burst healing cooldowns is not something that happens here, really. A high pressure phase where you burst power cooldowns is barely a thing. Though I will credit the Necromancer profession for having Lich Form, where that's the one place that actually exists. Oh, look at the fucking support I'm doing here. But oh wait, the entire time I've been hitting this guy. This is not a veteran. This is not a veteran. This is a regular ass enemy. Alright? So I do no damage. Alright? So I have a use case here. when I'm in combat or when the pressure isn't that high, all right, maybe what it might be nice to do is combat mount onto a skimmer and pew 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 pew. Yeah, I can kill him. Combat, yes, doing damage on the skimmer. Remember those trailers where we saw the skimmer was shooting people? Let's hold the button down. Pew 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 pew. Oh wait, he's still alive.
There's the power.
Oh wait, they just counter DPS'd me. So I have to say,
I know of a good use for this.
I've been wondering, like, what is the fantasy here with being able to DPS on even a sky scale, right? Like what is the use case? Well, hold on. The skimmer is like a supportive thing, you know. We whirl over people to res them. We can shoot them to heal them. This is like a support mount. So what if the point of the water jets is I can play a support build like this Otter, right? And I can meaningfully contribute to I'm not talking about out DPSing DPS builds, but I can do a bit of damage by mounting up, and I can kill stuff. Like, that Firefly should be dead, in my opinion, right? Now, that's really exciting. I honestly think that's a good shout, right? That would have been a niche for the water jets. And I was very disappointed over the past couple of days. I'd say this weekend, but obviously we're in the weekend. I've been very disappointed over the past couple of days that this is not good enough. I mean, you mouse over the tooltip and it's saying 2,000 damage and it's there in blue and all that shit. It's not good enough. If the devs recalibrate this, I actually am kind of alright with it. I kind of like the idea of playing support builds and supplementing my combat with the water jets every now and then. That would do a lot for me. But this was not good. So to recap, the movement I don't really care about. The stealth I don't really care about. The diving underwater I already had. The flying is like, you know, I like the animation, but I don't really feel like I'm going to use it much. By the way, this area is very pretty with the pinks. So it's not a winner. Sorry. Again, I like the game. I want to support the game, but I want to be honest about the game, and I don't think they did good with Masteries this year. Thumbs down. All right. Okay. So let's go do the JP. Where did I mark? Over here. The squad defend order. You hate the skimmer one now? So there, I actually don't have any problems with that. Angels2 online in chat says, I hate the skimmer one. I don't have any problems with the skimmer one, actually, the enhanced barrel roll. I think it feels quite good. I like the little dashes. They're fun to just do as you're moving around. I mean, it's cool. This is, like, cool. And holding it to dismount, that's fine for me. You know, I think we do have to be careful with our critiques, right? Is it a real critique, or is it just that it's now misaligned with our expectation because we have years of... You know, like, it's not what you expect, but you can relearn it, right? You can relearn to hold, to dismount. I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't have any problems with that. So, again... Toggle off the minimap pathing. I definitely don't want to just see how to beat this. Oh, there's a little...
Here, Commander! Oh, this little birdie needs help getting back to its nest. I think you can carry it up there.
Oh, it's a little pink birdie! I've actually seen one of these in one of the dynamic events. If you guys want to play this with me, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so I'm going to press F. The little bird is chirping desperately, as if calling out for help. Investigate further. This little chick has fallen from its nest. You might be able to get it back up there, though. Well, how do I get up there? If you don't know where to go, I'd follow the flowers. They always take the path of least resistance. There are also smaller broken nests up there I can take you back to if you fall down. Okay. Hold on tight, little one. Oh, it's in the little basket. Oh my god, that's cute. This is fucking cool immediately. All right. Follow the flowers. Did I just get another whispering game? No. Oh, we had a donation though. Sangria713. Thank you, Sangria, for the $5. WP, would you know of any third-person over-the-shoulder camera mods? I find myself wanting something like that for immersion sometimes. It's a great question. No, you do have controls in-game. I'm sure you know that already, so I'm not going to teach my granny to suck eggs. If you don't feel these are suitable... Like, this is over the shoulder. It doesn't have, like, the camera bob that you'd expect from The Witcher or whatever, you know, wherever you're So, yeah, I don't know. If you guys actually remember, for about a year around launch, I played exclusively over the shoulder. Do you guys remember me doing that? I used to get so many comments of people saying they felt sick. Those were sad times, right? Like, I would change the client for what I enjoyed. Like, I'd have a reshade with really disgusting, over-sharped visuals. I'd have a reshade with, like, ridiculously black blacks. I'd have the camera shake on. I'd have the over-the-shoulder really strong. I'd have all these things that I liked, all right? Look, my taste may have been questionable, I don't deny. But, you know, I had fun. And then I'd make videos and people would say, oh, don't do that. And I was always like, oh, okay, I guess not. You've known about them, but admittedly, you've not messed with them nearly enough. You can give them a go. Well, I mean, what you see is what you get there. If you want to lower the camera, by the way, be cognizant of the checkbox that like adjusts it to race height, because that can modify it for you even more. But yeah, so all right, these are flowers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're flowers. But they're too steep for me to climb. So the question is, can I mount and dismount? It isn't in theory. Who's a good... Oh, I can pet the chick! Oh, there wasn't an animation. In fact, it looked like Liz was about to yeet it and throw it. Didn't it look like that? Worried chirps. Oh. Okay, are there other flowers, maybe? No, they're not flowers. Right, well, we'll try and mount it. Surely it's not a mounted puzzle. Okay, mounting is disabled while I'm holding the chick. Carrying chick, mounts are disabled. Don't scare the birdie. Okay. Oh, there you go. There's a player. Show him where to go. These are flowers. Oh, the Jade bot is still enabled. So basically, Arenanet are tacitly saying this year, hey, did you buy End of Dragons? If you did, you have an easier time in this X-Pack. Or what they're tacitly saying is, hey, did you not buy End of Dragons yet? If you didn't, maybe you should buy it. There's a white raven there. The white raven, was that Minister Lee's name? Minister Lee, no, was he the white falcon? The white raven, the white falcon? Well, I'm not really following flowers, I would say right now. I'd say I'm following mushrooms, which is something we do a lot in a lot of jumping puzzles. There were some flowers there. Oh my god, look at this. He's just hidden in plain sight. Oh my god, don't scare the birdie. I'm going to put on Signal of Air. Is that cheating? Birdie Benefactor. Return the chick to its nest. Find the fallen chick. We've got the first checkpoint, second, third. Are you still worried or are you less worried now? Oh. Is that the nest it fell from, possibly? Hey, this is really cool because it's like built beautifully into this tree's model, which presumably they use all over the place. He was the falcon. Oh, look at that. Well remembered, guys. You've all got such encyclopedic memories of all of this. I remember barely any of their code names. I mean, I'd recognize them if they were in front of me, but... Are you happy up here? Oh, this is a checkpoint up here. Oh no! I have to say, jumping puzzles have lost all their intensity now that you can just glide to catch yourself. Or maybe we go this way and then up. Seems a bit safer. Like I'm hamming it up a bit when I cry no. There we go. I mean, they add a lot too when it's like, well, where do I go? That's why I think the Draconist Mons one is one of the best ones ever made. Oh, the sounds are so good. Here we are, in the treetops of the pastoral region. A young fledgling separated from her mother. Are there inhabitants of the forest? I've become aware. And then we see like a tiger prowling around or something. What's this? An enormous spider. Member of the Arachne family. Are we still on track? I feel like we're going in circles here a little bit. Is this right? Oh my god, you can make that? I would, if this guy wasn't doing this, I wouldn't have known that you can come up this. Yeah, I don't think this is right. Is it right? We gotta keep going. Oh my god, it is right. They have collision. The vines have collision. Wow. Oh, watch the flowers. They're growing. Oh shit. Yeah, I completely forgot to watch the flowers. They're growing, are they? Oh. Yeah. Ruined a little bit because I was just following that player. Will they grow along this as well? I guess that's what that rustling sound is. Oh. I'll tell you what's intense, that brief moment where you have to rely on your brain to actually press the glide button. So there were no flowers growing over there, so we want to go this way. Aha! Aha! I can see the flowers still constantly. I don't really see them growing, but... Oh, I wanted more. I would have happily done another half an hour of that. Look how much more the tree has to give. Let's keep going. Oh... There we go. Is the birdie in the nest now? Wait, was that the final checkpoint? Or are we still... No, it's not the final checkpoint. We do keep going. Okay, sorry. For some reason I thought that was it. Okay, I see leaves over there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look, I like the little ambient birds over here as well. Oh, this is cool. Do you know what? We've never had a jumping puzzle that's just one giant fucking tree that you just keep climbing. You know, Siren's Landing style. I'm enjoying this. Does anyone else get nostalgic when they hear that Renown heart ding? Aha! Oh, it is over now. Oh. Here you go, birdie. Look, there's some other ones. My god, it fell a long way, and it didn't even get hurt.
It's not showing off if you earned it.
Hey, Birdie Benefactor. Very easy 10 AP there. There is a daily incentive to do it, apparently. Which is a shit ton of dings just to give me 2 bags, I guess. And we'll get another mastery point. Yeah, the game now is to clear all of these mastery icons off of the panel. So what else have we got achievement-wise? There's one more. Cuckoo Clock. Successfully return the baby chick to its nest in under 4 minutes 30 seconds. Oh! Okay, let's redo that. Don't disturb the birdies! I like that little error message. Why do they sound like chickens? Maybe someone has a chicken mini up at the moment. Should we get one up? Do I have a chicken mini? Where the hell are minis? Minis. Chick. There's a chicken. There's a chicken-nado. There's an undead chicken. The mini moa chick. And the undead moa chick. Let's go with regular chicken. I actually, on my Paragon, I guess I'll show you guys, actually. It's hard to be nostalgic when you hear it so often. Yeah, you're right. That is one of those interesting ones where it's like... You will listen to it so much that there's probably not going to be nostalgia. But I get a little twang of it sometimes. I think it's when I get the full audioscape going and I'm really listening to the sound effects like we just did there. That's when I get most. Yeah, on my Paragon, I set my minis up. Look at what I favorited here. Randomized, Chromatic Choya, Choya Pumpkin Gang, Maraca Choya, Choya Pinata, Red Choya, Blue Choya, Green Choya, Super Choya, and in VOE, there are 2 more I can go for. The Adventurous Castoran Choya and just the Castoran Choya. So the Castoran Choya is a pineapple. This one is a pineapple wearing a backpack made out of like... I'm so sad I can't zoom in on it. With like, you know, made out of leaves. And there's like wings on the backpack. Why does this exist? Is there an event with an adventuring Choya that I can go hang out with? I know that there's the fruit punch guy. Is that him? I hadn't seen that. There must be an event with a fancy looking Choya. You love the Chicknado? I'd love the Chicknado too. It is really good. Okay, happy chirps. Right, can I do it twice on list? Ow, fuck. Oh my god, we climbed pretty high. Wait, the adventuring Choya is in the homestead. Oh, when you interact with the pineapple. Really? But we did that the other day and I did not notice that. Okay, hold on. We have another Gwildel ring here. It's a little frog. Oh my god, I wish I could do a frog noise. Do you hear how good those frog noises are? I can do a duck. Ready? There's a duck, but I can't do a frog. Ribbit? I don't know. Right, now where might a ring of frogs be? Presumably on another lily pad. Have a little look-see around here. I'm glad I've disabled Tekit's things, because it would definitely spoil it for me. Oh, they're over there. Hello. Oh, these are really good. Definitely. This is way better than the other ones. The other ones were like kind of nice minor novelties, but you never engaged any sense of exploration or looking at the environment on like 80% of them. Some of them, yes, but most of them, no. This actually feels really well made. Okay, you can only do the jumping puzzle once per day. What, per account? Or per character? Because if they don't let me put the chick back up there again, I will do it on an alternate character. What I'm very curious about, though, is where the fuck it starts. I lost my marker. Oh, well, it's here. It's literally here.
There's the power.
You got the little birdie home, safe and sound. Thank you. I love dialogue like that. How many players are actually going to read that? Okay, let's just have a quick look. Over on... What should we play? Let's go on to the Troubadour. And I can play music as we climb. Good times, the master streams.
For the help, Wayfinder. Everybody is here with their own motives, you know. The Priory to study.
One of my biggest regrets, all-time biggest regrets, as a Guild Wars content creator, right? Some of you guys might think, oh, not doing enough lore videos. No, I'm done with lore videos. I'm happy with that. Some of you guys might say, oh, doing more video essays. No, not really, because I've realized it's soul-crushing doing video essays when you put, like, days of thought and deliberation into everything, and then people just comment on the first 20 seconds, and that's about it. Or, you know, just entrench themselves in their opinions. No. It's none of that. My biggest regret as a Guild Wars content creator is not doing Achievement of the Day, AP of the Day, on the main channel. I ran that show, and I was only confident enough to do it on my second account. Oh, this marker's not in the right place. On WoodenPotatoes 2, and I should have done it on WoodenPotatoes 1. I should have been confident with it. That would have been such an amazing, constant, daily series. Easy, fun to record, varied. I could have been doing it for years and years and years and years and years. And I know what you're thinking, well, WP, why not start it now? Like, we've missed the boat now. You know, it's just not there anymore. But if we had done it, in fact, even earlier, if we'd started doing it in, like, Season 1 or whatever, fuck, do it at launch. Like, if I had a time machine and I was allowed to go back and give myself one piece of advice, I'd say that's a really rock solid idea. Go for it. Oh, it's once per account. Yeah, so we have once per day per account. So we can't try it until tomorrow. Cuckoo clock. So perhaps we'll return to this. I might do this off screen. You love the concrete duck stuff too? Thank you. I've always thought it's a bit weird nowadays. It's all very different. You know, for me, it was like WP1 was the main stuff. WP2 was live VODs. CD was going to be like real life stuff or non-gaming specifically. Non-gaming stuff. Nowadays, I just think I'd put it all on the main channel. There's no reason not to put it on the main channel, especially with some of the new YouTube infrastructure. Right, so let's do this now. So this is apparently a good lore storyline. Memories of Another Time. Actually, there is one more thing I want to do with the Gwildel. Kerry showed me last night. And it involves going back to the sewers. So let's go have a look at this. You'd use a time machine for bitcoins. Yeah, look, if I had an actual time machine, I'd do a lot of things differently. But if it was very specific, right? If it's like you can give yourself one little bit of advice. What show would work out, what show wouldn't? What had more legs than you realise? AP of the day would fit well with the shorts format? Hey, you're actually right about that. You're right, that would fit very well as shorts. And everyone says you should do shorts, don't they? Everyone says shorts are really important and shorts can give you a lot of success and channel growth. The thing is, I've not been, guys, for literally about 4 years, I've not been in that like grind, hustle, must grow mindset. And I mean, that's pretty fucking obvious to anyone who follows the channel, you know. But that's a good point. AP of the day is shorts. Fuck, if we had talked about this right before this expansion came out. Well, anyway, here we go. So let's grab this butterfly. Kerry said, look, here's a butterfly. And you guys remember, I saw this butterfly, but I pressed F and it didn't do anything. It was because it was bugged. You like have to go to character select. And look, it's in a little jar. How amazing. And so we need to find a ring of butterflies. And there's a little one. Oh my god, this was kind of creepy. These guys look like fucking NPCs. What is going on here? Hello? Raven Mond and Bay Wit. What? They both look like vampires. Is there role-playing happening here? This is definite role-play. Because they're all dressed well. I won't intrude. I loved their fashion, though. That's crazy. I don't remember the last time I saw role-players in Guild Wars. It feels like all that died many moons ago.
When the ragging proved to be lackluster.
Sorry. No, let's not be rude. The Gwildel seems to be sleepy and happy to return to their resting place. Aww. And then there's this. Hey! This looks alright-ish. Which is better for a roleplay community? Is it the outfit or is it the beachwear that I'm wearing underneath? Oh no, this is the minstrel set. This isn't even that bad. Here we go. This set. Right. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to do that Gwildel ring. So, what do we do for Memories of Another Time? Help a former Astral Ward member find their scattered memories. Speak with a formal Astral Ward member in the Glimmering Arches. The Glimmering Arches were over here, near that person with the orb and all that. The RP community shuns outfit wearers. Well, that seems a bit petty to me. There's a lot of very good outfits for RP. It shouldn't be shunning them just because they're in an outfit. It should be shunning based on the outfit. Some outfits are ridiculous, right? Some are not. Some are actually pretty good. Some are just fucking repurposed town clothes, which are like the ultimate RP hallmarks as far as I'm concerned. Right? You can't shun me for wearing, I mean, what are they called? How do I filter for them? Fuck, we're in combat. It's always these same razor teeth. Hey, we're on a QOL catalyst now, though, so we can just blow him up.
Accelerating.
Yeah. Take that. I actually have effects culling the catalyst spheres because the visuals are so big. And I have ground targets off. So when I cast a sphere, you see the spawn effect, but nothing else. Very weird, isn't it? I mean, you still get the crazy legendary trails from the Hammer 3. It really cleans up. Right, so let's go over to the Glimmering Arches. And realistically, guys, I do recommend this. I recommend cutting down the trees and shit as you go, because you'll get the currencies. I'm using the fairy gathering tools over on my Troubadour at the moment. They were a part of the pre-order bonus or the Ultimate Edition or whatever of this. And they're actually pretty quick too. They're fast animations, snappy animations, which make them good, not just for normal human beings that like to look at this stuff, but the losers that are obsessed with efficiency and optimization. And I speak as one myself there, by the way.
Believe it or not,
Because I was very happy for them to be quick. You see a group of Char in the Citadel RPing regularly? Yeah, I don't deny they're there. I think it's just for me personally, I don't really explore the main cities much. There's not much incentive to. So I don't see the communities. And that's probably what they want, right? They don't want random players running around. It's a bit of a weird thing about it. But, you know. Okay, Castaway Cleo, is it you? Oh, you're the one who arrived with the Astral Ward. Can I speak with you? Okay.
It's not showing off.
I truly
if you
thought
earned
I'd never see the Astral Ward set foot on these shores. They can't be here for me, can they? My memory is littered with holes, but I used to be one of them, researching magic. But one day, something went wrong. And next thing I knew, I washed up here. That's how it's been for years now. I could rejoin them, but something is giving me pause. Something I can't recall. My memories are adrift, ripped away by the mists. And this place, please, please find them for me.
Oh.
In the meantime, I'll talk it over with Marnie and Cassie and everyone, and then I can decide what to do. Oh, what do I do?
Interesting. This is quite tantalizing. So what is it then? In one way, I don't want to see more modern Guild Wars 2 characters from the modern world that just happen to be on a Castora. I want to spend time with people who have been here for years and years and years, or are descended from people who have been here for years and years and years. But there's a lot of other interesting things going on with her regardless. Day 5. Marnie made breakfast for me again this morning. She says I'm never going to solve my problems on an empty stomach. I don't know if she's right, but her delicious crab cakes certainly aren't hurting anything. If the locals are right about no one ever being rescued off this place, Castora, the locals call it, I have a lot of crab cakes in my future. I do have a lot of problems in need of solving. I'm not entirely sure how I landed on this island. Every time I reach for those memories, they dissolve in my mind's eye, leaving voids behind. So this is another memory loss story. Did Isgaran do this? I used to be a dracologist. Dracologist? What do we think there with the pronunciation? Studying the branded as a part of the Astral War. Well, that's weird. I thought that... Well, no, it's not weird. They weren't getting involved, but they were studying at least. So that she was studying branded when, there they go again, dissolving. No one from the ward has tried to contact me, at least not to my knowledge. I haven't been able to do much but eat and sleep, and sometimes even those elude me. I'm sure I look a sight. No, she looks perfectly glamorous and all... Like, look at that hair! Trying to get it on screen. I haven't showered in days. Oh, that's how I like them. And my ward uniform is all I've got to wear. But Marnie hasn't mentioned any of that. She's been unfailingly kind and patient. Her and that Cassie girl both. I'm not used to being doted on like this. I never was. I never was by Isgaran's people, not that I can remember anyway. That seer. When I was recruited, it is going to be about him ripping her memories then, isn't it? Because we're immediately putting the focus there. Kerry just got here. When I was recruited by the ward. Well, you already knew that though, didn't you? It's not true. I like them showered. Let's just put that on the record. That's it. When I was recruited by the ward, I made it clear that I joined to further my own goals, not just theirs. I made a promise to my people. And it seemed they agreed. But when I questioned my orders, I was informed that Isgarin said my goals would have to wait indefinitely in the face of more critical matters. Hold the phone, right? My understanding of all of this is the Astral Ward is not the Wizard's Court. The Ward are like normal people working with them, right? They're not ascended or anything. The Ward is like the lower guys. They don't ascend, and they shouldn't be having their memories fucked with. So do we get into the ethics of this a bit more? I understand his urgency in dealing with the Cryptis, but the abrupt dismissal of my goals felt like a slap in the face. This is like when you join a company because you have some agenda and you should be able to get there, but no, you just get thrown on a different project and that's it. It never goes anywhere. Marnie and Cassie are calling. Maybe they caught another fish. I wish they weren't the only ones looking. Wait, what? They caught a fish. They're the only ones looking for fish, though? The ink runs off the page as though the author left quickly. Okay, it's like one of those lines. Okay. So we go to the fish, I guess. And probably there's another journal there. Look for a memory on a cliff between a garden, a glade, and hollows in Shipwreck Strand. What are these clues, though? Can I figure this out? A memory on a cliff between a garden, between a glade, and a hollow. So what gardens do I know? I mean, there's various grottos filled with flowers and things. There's a garden where you can do a lot of gathering near Pub Canuck. The next clue says, pay a visit back to Essential Tyrian fiefdom and the memory that gazes up at the Wizard's Tower. So that's going back to the Wizard's Tower in Isgarin for sure, the Wizard's Fife. Then it's back to Shipwreck Strand. Guys, I don't know about figuring the clues out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick look here at Timey HUD. And what I'm going to see is if I say... Farthing packs. So tech it. Achievements. He's got a black... What is all of this shit? Hold on. Current map. I hate that filter turns off. Okay, we don't want any VOE story stuff. Memories of another time. There you go. We'll just turn that on. Is it cheating? Yeah, probably. Oh, but... See, this just isn't as good as Blish for navigating all of this. Right, let's just turn that off. So, in theory, it's on my map now, somewhere. If the map pathing is on, I actually don't know whether it's on or off at the moment. Maybe it's off. Did I just turn it off? Toggle map pathing back on. And then the other option is obviously to go to Wiki. You figured this out and WP can't, and you usually can't be asked. Oh, it's that easy, really, to figure out. Well, the second one seems okay. Some are just as simple as looking at the map. Oh, wait, is there an achievement icon on there already? Blish has a huge advantage when it comes to interface. Yeah, and again, go to their Discord and talk to them about it. Right now, I'm one of the only ones. I am the only one doing it, and I feel a bit bad. Bow's head in shame. Yeah, I don't know. Let me reread it then. If you guys think it's doable, let me reread it. Let me try to engage the brain. Let's dust the cobwebs off, right? So what glades are there here? What even is a glade? It's like an opening surrounded by cliffs, isn't it? Isn't that a glade? Is that what a glade is? Glades full of flowers? I mean, these are hollows. I mean... The whole map's full of cliffs and glades and gardens and trees and... Okay, tree isn't in there. Oh, here you go. The guarded glades. Is there a garden here somewhere? Between a glade And a garden. Whole garden. And I assume this is it here. Because this guy's standing here. Okay, we figured it out. All right. It's one of those ones where you look at the text on the map. A garden, a glade, and a hollow. So where's the hollow? The twisting hollows. So we're looking for the central point between the three. So like, yeah, like in this area maybe. All right, let's go. You found some yourself, and you did check the wiki for the ones that you couldn't be bothered. Yeah, I mean, what do we say? That's a good thing. It's our choice. There's a garden by Pub Canuck. Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking of that. But I thought, is it really a garden, or is it just that I get to do a lot of gathering there? I tend to think when I get to gather a lot, that makes it a garden. But I think that's just like the strawberry garden from launch that's like influencing me. That see, so there, for example, I tried to use the skimmer because, you know, on theme and stuff, but the 2 was not enough to get me up here. So I used the sky scale instead. Okay, so this guy's standing here, but he's not leading me astray. Oh no, there you go. Astral Ward memory. All right, here we are. So what does she remember?
Seeing the coast from this height, it brings to mind Omnitas, with all its rocky slopes and racing clouds. I should get going. Don't want to be late for dinner and make Marnie worry. I hope she made tilapia soup.
So, she'd already lost her memory there, so it was never going to be that revelatory, was it? Alright, memories of another time. Let's go back to Central Terrier. I love that this is a Central Terrier destination. A Central Terrier fiefdom, and gaze up at the tower, and look, it's called the Wizard's Fife. I mean, it's totally over here. You unlocked this really early on, so you just found most of them while playing them. Oh, yeah. I guess so. See, so when I first did that heart, and I was first in that area, I just didn't speak to her, just purely by accident. Because she wasn't exactly hidden or anything, was she? She was just there. Should we try... See, I would love to be wearing the new gear at this point, guys, but the fact is I haven't unlocked it, so... We have the seaside stuff, and that's about it. There's the Extremis helmet. Alliance Field Operative shoulders. I got nothing for the chest. Restless Captain gloves. Seaside Scholar legs. Restless Captain boots. There you go. What do we think? The best this has ever looked? Oh god, I'm so curious about the fashion templates. See, this is kind of a really unique, weird-looking helmet, and I do like skins like that. I would wear that skin if it was like, okay, when I'm on X map, it just put it on. I would be so down for that. I really would. God, the Quarter 1 patch cannot get here quick enough. I'm very invested in the Raid Strike unification right now. I am very invested in what they do with quick play. And I'm very invested... I seem to have like some kind of a blue trail line at the moment. I'm very invested in... what's this blue one? I can't remember the other thing I'm invested in. Whatever else is coming on that patch. Fashion templates. Some kind of blue hat that it has led me to. Don't know about that. That's a bit weird. So we're looking for a memory fragment somewhere about the town. Could equally be on the cliffs. Do you guys think we will ever get to go through this door? With data mining, they were making a map back there. That was the Delesio Seaboard map. This whole area here. Do you think it will ever happen? Tengu expansion, you get this, plus that. That's their second area. There you go. I won't do too much there. Someone's probably trying to play the game. Was there anything closer about that? Pay a visit. Just the memory that gazes up. So maybe down on the docks? Could there be a memory? I mean, because I want to look up at the tower. I mean, the tower isn't actually there anymore. Once you beat X part of the story, right? It moves.
Hey!
I just heard someone emote. Maybe it's the player that's with us. That just waved me over. You see what's behind there in Secrets of the Obscure? You kind of do, yeah, you're right. In the fractal version, you can see that the gate's broken. It's not quite the same, though, is it? I mean, but you are right, yeah, that gate is there, and you can sort of... Oh, it was right here. What? Am I fucking blind? Just because I was looking at the blue trail? All right.
So this is where I'm to live now. I wonder how many others are part of this astral ward. I can't imagine the knowledge I'll have access to. The good I can do with these people.
Yeah, look at her clothes.
My new family, that Mabon person called them.
Little reference to Mabon. Okay. Moving on. Looking for a memory in... look for a memory in Shipwreck Strand on a small island of plants and wildlife, and it is surrounded by glimmering shoals. Glimmering... So there's definitely no teleportation scroll, right? Glimmering shoals. So this is the shoal stone. There's a player there. It's a small island with some grass. I think we've got it. Let's go have a look. Do I have to do these all in order then? I guess not, if someone was able to just naturally find them. Because you wouldn't, during the regular course of the expansion, because you wouldn't go back to the Wizard's Tower at that point. Would you? I walked past it before I turned on the blue line. Did I? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, let's gloss over that. You can go here from LA on alts. Oh, can you just sail? You can just speak to an NPC and they take you here really quickly. Is that right? I've been using teleport to a friend to get to the maps, I must be honest. I did that all the way through last year as well with the Janthir Wild stuff too.
I don't think I've ever seen flora like this before. It seems to have magical properties, just like everything else on this island. I can't remember if we had these in the Sky Garden. Perhaps it's my own discovery. Perhaps I don't need the ward to learn new things.
Oh man, that's quite sad, isn't it? She got to the point where she thought the only way she could accomplish things was with these people, and then when she was cast out, that was it. I'm just curious if there's a place called the Sky Garden here. There is, isn't there, in one of these? I'm sure there was. Yeah, the Botanical Sky Garden. What a nice little touch. Look at that. Did you guys remember that? That the Sky Garden is an actual... That place looks cool as well. I like that area. That's like my favourite spot in Amnitas. Well, I don't know, actually. Amnitas had a lot of good stuff. This was a cool area. It's just a shame most of my memories of Amnitas nowadays are related to rift grinding. Okay, what else have we got? Look for a memory in the Starlit World north of a ruins moat. Well, we heard that there was a moat around this. This was a moat, right? So north of it, well, we got a player there already. This is good. I will say, guys, that the players are not ruining this right now for me. I am actually thinking and figuring out where to look immediately. They're just helping us nail down the final spot, which isn't exactly a captivating part of the game, so... That's the only use you have for TP to a friend. TP to a friend is amazing. You can use it for so much all the time. Look at the lighting here. The god rays coming through the trees. I adore TP to a friend in this. Like, I'll use it to go tag metas. Just to save money on waypoints. It's easier to TP to a friend quite often than it is to even... like, you know, navigate through my portals. So we're north of the moat. And here's the ruin. I wonder what she's going to say about this. What an irony that she might have fallen afoul of Isgarin. This is either she definitely did something wrong, or it's a good story about how he's arrogant and condescending and puts people down and doesn't like consider their full potential. Like he didn't consider Vlox's full potential and suffered for it, right? And it's the same here, maybe. So I don't know. But there's a great irony that he no matter which of those two stories it is, she gets to come here and he couldn't. Yeah, like when I was replaying on the Paragon, there's that line there where he's like, "Oh, I could have floated." Like Ritlock says, "Oh, why are you upset about the shipwreck? You could have just floated here." And he's like, "Yeah, I could have just floated here," kind of thing. And it's like, "Oh, you fucking liar! You're lying." So far, I do not see the memory fragment. Look how hard that was to turn there. North of a moat. Maybe it's really close to the moat then, maybe? Zero light says on me. Oh, we're nowhere near it. Well, we are up near it. We're just on the right rather than the left. We still have not seen that other cutscene down there, by the way, with... Oh! It's open, actually, right the fuck now. 1 minute. Hold on. Can I get the cutscene in 1 minute? How long do you think they're talking for? Go. 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 I'm going. Oh, no. Where is it? Is it this orb? Is that the orb? No. 40 seconds. Oh, here we are. There's an orb in here we need to press F on. Cursed artifact? Ow. Alright, well, we're fucked then.
Getting healthy.
I don't know where the orb is. Is it this orb?
The dwarven clan leader seemed ensorcelled by the ley line discussion. I wonder if she can even grasp it.
Must you condescend to everyone? Clan ways, delving expeditions are well documented, even among our records.
Ah, well, I don't know. Was there a response to that? Okay, no, it was maybe a bit ambitious. Right, let's go back over and get a memory that we can actually see. We will see that at some point. I love that, though, by the way, that one of those seers is clear. It seems to be the same two characters every time. And she was snobby about the Massart's buildings, and there she was being snobby. Alright, here we go. Astral Ward memory. I really thought this would be looking at the temple, but it's not.
The diversity of flora and magic in this forest is incredible, but... damn it all, it's just too dangerous in here by myself. Maybe Cassie was right about this place. If the ward hadn't bothered to find me, actually send someone after me, we could learn so much here.
Maybe they did try to find you. Maybe they did try to send someone. Okay. Right, next one then. Speak to the foremost expert on the Astral Ward in Shipwreck Strand and see if he remembers anything about this former member. That's a really good idea too. The foremost expert on the Astral Ward in Shipwreck Strand. He's not at Hull Garden or at Pub Canuck. I would assume he's up here. You know, near the message from Leah and stuff. Maybe? The foremost expert. Oh. Is Garen the foremost fucking expert? I guess so.
Wayfinder.
Hello.
Something troubles you?
Oh my god.
It's always something. Do you know of an Astral Ward member named Cleo?
Cleo. I'm afraid I don't remember anyone.
Oh, what if he's lying? There's no trust
A
anymore.
dracologist studying the branded. She...
Ah, yes. Lost during an experiment. Teleported somewhere far within the mists. These things happen.
The mists. Is there anything else you know about her?
I cannot recall which bastion she belonged to. The ward has many such members.
Thanks, Iskarin.
Again, who the fuck is voicing Liz? Because she's amazing. That was so well delivered. That's just 2 words, and you get a lot of character out of it, right? And a lot of, like, you can really get a sense of how she's been. There's a whole other dimension to Isgarin through which we can attack him, and we can sort of make him a nastier sort of kind of guy, just to see how he treats his underlings, right? So far, the whole thing is about how disconnected he is, and maybe his treatment of those close to him, and all of that, but like just how the place is. It's not feasible for the big boss to be a close personal friend and really tight with all 1,000 of their employees or whatever, right? Like, I get it, okay? But it's an interesting place to go to. Like, is that wrong for him to not fully know about it? I would be interested to see if the story starts going into that more. You know, how much we fraternize. You know, that's one of the... Just saying, sorry to be a nerd again. That's one of the things that's most interesting about Jean-Luc Picard across Next Generation, right? So, especially when we're dealing with dangerous work and where you have to assign people duties where they can get in trouble and stuff. Anyway, she's alive, isn't she? Sorry, she is there. We did speak literally to her. That was kind of a weird conversation to me because it almost felt like she's dead and gone and Liz is just trying... Wouldn't Liz have been like, yo, no, not the Miss, she's alive, she's here on this island? That's very strange to me. Why did Liz just say the Miss ... Hello? No, she's here. Why don't we go ask her? Oh, well, because she's got no memory. But still.
Hallow stuff is amazing. I can lay out in the sun.
You expect he's met hundreds of Cleos? Yeah, that's the other thing. You know, he's so old.
Believe it or not,
I'll never forget, right?
finally starting to trust us.
I was at like a big do once. I think it was a wedding, right? And I was sitting next to this 90-year-old guy that I didn't know, right? And like trying to make conversation. Fuck, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Like nothing in common. Nothing at all. And what really struck me about this 90-year-old guy, like he had like one anecdote for me, which was that he was happy to go. I think it was a wedding, because I think he said he was happy to go to a wedding rather than a funeral. He said sort of, you know, glibly, which was quite funny. But aside from that, like it was like pulling teeth, trying to talk to him. And I realized... he didn't give a fuck. He'd got to that point where he didn't give a shit anymore. He's not trying to fraternize. He doesn't want to make friends with some person that he's never going to see. He's done that enough. He's been through the tittle-tattle enough that he just doesn't care, right? Right, and that's a human at 90, all right? Imagine where you'd be if you were an immortal being. So I buy it. Okay, is she here anymore? Is she gone? I don't know. Do I go? Where are we meant to go? Look for a memory washed ashore among the shipwrecks of the southern strand. A memory? The southern shore shipwrecks. She sells seashells by the shipwrecks. Shipwreck shells. She's the seashells. Sells seashore. She sells the sails on the seashore. Let's go. Yeah, I've forgotten the whole thing. He doesn't want to talk to some sweaty nerd. Okay, I hate to reveal this, but I don't look like a sweaty nerd. Yeah, I was talking to this 90-year-old at this wedding, guys, and he just didn't understand. Like, I was trying to explain to him why it's so important to stay on the node when you're a duelist, right? On Capricorn. But, you know, Capricorn's a tricky map because they're very open areas. There's only a few boxes that you can kite around on. And, you know, you have to have the confidence to move far away from the node. I was trying to explain all of this to him. I was trying to explain that you can't tunnel vision too much what's going on in your 1v1, but you got to watch incomings, right? And it's very difficult, especially if there's a thief and he's stealthed as he's moving over. But he just wasn't listening. He just wasn't making conversation back. And, you know, that perplexes me because it was clearly a really good topic. So screw that 90-year-old. Okay, astral ward memory.
This isn't the infirmary. Where am I?
Oh, she's made it.
What happened? Why are there crabs in my hair? Shoot, little ones.
Skies above, are you okay? I was fishing over on the far shore when I heard a crash, and then I saw you tumble onto the sand. What's your name? Where did you come from? Are you hurt? I'm Marnie.
Oh, and that's where they met. Marnie was nice. Look at that. I love that line. Why are there crabs in my hair? You can deliver that a little bit differently. Oh, there's still a crab in my hair. What's going on? No. You just... There are crabs in my hair. Return to Central Terrier and track down a memory bidding farewell to a pair of steadfast hawks. I like that this has been voice acted and stuff, but so far we've got very little. I mean, the Asgaran touch chat was alright. A pair of steadfast hawks. Okay, that... Ebonhawk, I guess, right? I mean, it's got to be the gates of Ebonhawk. That would be my guess on that one. Let's see if that's doable. Doable. Oh yeah, it totally is. Look, we got a player over there already. Look at that. Picturing me explaining an FA Weaver burst rotation in excruciating detail to a pensioner. I know. Well, just it doesn't even have to be something hyper specific to Guild Wars. Just anything internet these people wouldn't care about, right? Like
Excuse
anything.
me. You have a moment?
Like, imagine how bored you're trying to explain, like, the consequences of argumentum ad populum when it comes to Reddit upvoting and downvoting. And Redicat is if the comment doesn't contribute to the conversation, you downvote. It is not a disagree button, but I constantly see people using it as a disagree button. And what that does is that promotes echo chambers and hive mind thinking. And I've seen a real deterioration in the quality of internet communication the past 10 years. Can you believe that? Hello? Why don't you respond? And he's just like trying to eat his camembert or whatever. Astral Ward memory.
Ebonhawk, this is goodbye. I hope it won't be long before I see your great wings again. Protect our people until I return with a cure. I promise I'll be back.
I'm going to give you a 10 out of 10 on that one, Arenanet. It's nice to be back to Ebonhawk. It's nice to have someone actually talking about this place. That's awesome. We still don't know any... Whoa. And a revelation. Protect our people until I return with a cure. A cure? So she hasn't just joined any old small organisation. She's joined the Astral Ward. She's looking for a cure to something serious. I don't know any stories about magical afflictions or interdimensional contaminants or anything happening in Ebonhawk. I don't recall anything like that. What is that in French? Je ne... Rien? I don't know. What? The Order of Whispers were hanging out here. The most recent story was in Dragonstorm, where Char were coming back to the city, question mark? Was that it? Oh, a cure for the brand. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Right. That's weird. I wouldn't have picked Ebonhawk for that. I would have picked an actual place that got branded. But alright, so she's looking for a cure. Oh, and of course, wait, we already heard that, didn't we? Fuck. Or she was studying the brand, we heard. She's looking for a cure to branding. She's looking for a cure to dragon corruption. Oh, man. This one's a nest of wires, though, isn't it? Altar of Glost. Dare we do it? Should I sit here for 40 minutes and rack my brain about the Altar of Glost and whether it's really a plot hole? It totally is, by the way. And what the last known information about it was. I'm pretty sure that it hasn't been referenced or talked about for a long time. What was going on? Wasn't there some other shit about cleansing that was happening recently-ish? What about Aureen's rainbow brand? Wasn't Aureen running up and down the brand and making it all rainbows? What was the story here with this shit? There was definitely a thing about that, wasn't there? That she'd been going up and down and turning it into this kaleidoscope stuff? Je ne sais quoi. There you go. Hopefully I said that okay. Alright. The thing is, I love the idea of them going into these topics. the dragon story lives on and all that. But on the other side of it, there's only 2 objectives here. So maybe they'll continue this in post-patches. But then they didn't continue some of the ones last year in post-patches. Okay, travel to the source of undead draconic magic in Tyria and find the memory waiting there. The source of undead dragon magic. Okay, well, my immediate thought is the artesian waters, but that wasn't necessarily the source of specifically undead magic. Is there something more basic that I'm forgetting about? I'm like 90% sure it wants me to go to the artesian waters, but why? That doesn't describe what I know the artesian waters as. I know the artesian waters as basically it's a leyline hub, but by any other name, because leyline lore was only starting to get written in season 2 and 3. Sorry, 1 and 2. But it's basically a leyline hub there. The way they describe it is it's like a wellspring. In fact, I think they're really grandiose with it. They're like of all magic on Tyria or whatever. Zaitan went there and tapped into it and feasted on it. That was kind of... But the source of undead draconic magic, and it says Central Tyria. Is there something really big and obvious I'm forgetting about? It's interesting if it is the artesian waters, because we're going back to ore and somewhat Altar of Gloucester a little bit. Yeah, they call it the source of ore in the story set. Well, that's the name of the instance, isn't it? The source of ore. Oh, I don't see a player there. Well, I'm going to go have a look, even if there's not a player there. This one you had to wiki. Okay, well, let's see if my instinct's right or not, shall we? And we can actually swim on our skimmer for once. Look at this. Isn't this fun? Ooh. Ah. See, and I didn't get the stealth on leaving there. What is that marker? Well, we can't really go any closer. The door doesn't open ever in the open world. You can't actually get in there. So it's not that. The source of all draconic undead magic. Well, draconic. Zaitan is the undead dragon. If this is the fucking South Sun with Tequatl, I'll be furious, because I do not think that's an appropriate clue or description either, like at all. What else might it be? Is there... It says Central Tyria too, which make... I don't know. I mean, in terms of gameplay spaces, ore is Central Tyria, but I don't know whether they'd actually describe it as thus. You tried the same spot as me, but you were wrong. I love that you guys were all trying these spots as well. Yeah, the place the clue is hinting isn't exactly the source, to our knowledge. So just a place with a lot of big undead dragon magic. And it's... I mean, is it still ore? I'm scared to mouse around the map because I'm going to see a blue dot and it's going to spoil it. Like, see. So it's here. The fuck? What? This isn't even a temple or anything. What's that hero challenge say? That there's a lot of dragon magic down there?
Come here.
We got to go into the tunnel down here. This place was so scary for so many years because of the Eye Champion event that was rough. These days you can kill it quite comfortably. Holy shit.
A brilliant ember. Get in.
Oh, well, there's a champion here. Go, Golem. No, never mind. I cancel cast it accidentally.
Now we'll show you.
This is quite cool. Because I got weakness on me, so very little power damage coming out, but quite a lot of my pressure is Condi pressure, so it's alright. Break the bar very regularly. The King's Altar. The air around the altar resonates with the echoes of ancient rites. The awe and humility of great people kneeling to power. Great power can still be felt. Oh, the player's above me. It's not in the tunnel. It's on the roof. No idea. See, that's the thing. Like, I want to do the in-game tips. I want to do the hunts. I want to do the scavenger hunts. But the clues are so hit and miss, you know. Sometimes you'll do it and the clues are all really good. And it's like, okay, the designer that made this or wrote this, like, they were on point. But then you get shit like this where it's like, most of it's all right. What the heck? What? Go on, then. Justify this to me in some way, guys. What the hell has this got to do with anything? I guess the cutscene might.
If there's anything that could solve the puzzle of the branded, it would be here, in Ore. Despite Kraugotorik's death, his shadow still hangs over Tyria. I will see to it that his influence is wiped away once and for all.
So she's coming to Ore not because of Zaitan and the Altar of Glorst, but because of the gods and the Altar of Glorst? And the Forgotten, I guess? I don't know. I'd much sooner expect her to go to the Crystal Desert to find out Forgotten shit. Because they made it. To cleanse Glint. I mean, think about that! The Altar of Glorst was used to cleanse Glint! Glint is, if there's anyone's a fucking branded, Glint is a branded. It's 100% her. Did we go to Ore now? Ara? Return the memories to the formal Astral Ward member in the Glimmering Arches. Oh, so it is just getting started, right? Hey, I'm quite excited. That location was a bit off, but the fact it was in Ore was the important bit. Oh my god. Is that happening? They can't use areas from POF. That is true, yes. It's true. Well, it's not true, though. Because they can create quick little instances that dip you into places. Like how in Janthir Wilds we went back to the Wizard's Tower. That's not a Janthir Wilds spot, but they take you there for various story beats. It's just that's asking for a bit much from a small collection. It was used to cleanse Glint and the old man proceeds to eat. I can't remember what I was saying to him. Certainly nothing gaming or internet related. I think I was asking him if he had any stories, because I was genuinely interested. You know, that's quite an age to get to. But he was not playing ball at all. You've also got to deal with the fact some people just have no social skills, and the fact that they get older doesn't change that. Right. And some people are just grouchy and curmudgeonly even when they're, 19. And they just eventually they just blend into the crowd when they're older. You like how vivid the turtle is dyed? I think its default dye is actually... Oh, is it? No, maybe I dyed it. Listen to that sound effect when you get on the turtle. Ready? Oh, he did a different one there, but his other one was really good. Look at the detail in some of this stuff. They hooked up not one sound effect, but multiple sound effects to some of these mounts. Okay, hi.
How did you find them? I remember it all now. My past, my days with the ward. Perhaps that was a nasty side effect of tinkering with the branded and their sickness. I feel whole once more, but overwhelmed. It's all too much.
Wow!
Oh, what do I do? There's so much good I could do on the mainland with what I've learned here, and I made a promise. But the ward was never the family that Marnie and Cassie and so many of the Hull Gardeners have become for me. Do I rejoin the ward and my old life? Or do I stay here on Castora and continue my new one?
Porque no lostos. Do both. It's a lot to process. You saw all the memories. What do you think? Should I see about rejoining the ward and my old life? Or stay here on Castora and live with my new one? I feel like I didn't get enough details about your new life. I think you should rejoin the ward because there's... Well, the question is, do we want her to be happy or do we want her to benefit the world? Right. I think you should rejoin the ward.
Rejoin the ward. Yes, I think I will. No matter how I feel about Iskarin's aims and the ward as a whole, I made a promise to the people of Ebonhawk. Perhaps Marnie and Cassie would even come with me. We could face the future together. I won't let one accident stop me from healing the branded. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that sweet? That's lovely. But hold on, does she actually go on to do stuff? So that's our first side quest complete. We got the grill rings to do. Lost loved ones. That one looked really sad. It was something about graves, I think. Take the mysterious artifact to various locations. I don't know what that one is. A magical journey. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching me. I know that this has been a slightly shorter one, maybe as well. But next time, we'll maybe bust out 2, 3 of these all in one. I might do the cuckoo clock thing off stream. Do we need to watch that, JP, again? And again, next time, I'd love to get more of your comments. So look, just as a reminder to you all, they've been doing extra live streams. Check out the official Guild Wars 2 Twitch channel. And I don't know if they were streaming on YouTube as well. Hopefully they were. But check them out. See what they had to say about Guild Wars 1. I'm going to go watch the one about Castora and VOE. Because there might have been lore insights and stuff. That was yesterday. And I missed it. So I'm going to watch that. You'll get some anecdotes from me here while you eat your meals. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next part. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to those of you in chat. If I missed comments, live chat, I've been terrible today. If I've missed stuff, just type them again as YouTube comments, and I'll put them in as screenshots and stuff on the next part. So thank you all. Have a nice evening. Have a nice night, by the way. For those of you out in the other time zones, the evening is just beginning, and you can go enjoy your Saturdays and watch a nerdy stream early on. There you go. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.